The 1980 Mr. Olympia contest is enveloped in a cloud of controversy, standing as the most extensively debated event in the history of bodybuilding. Arnold Schwarzenegger's long-standing domination of bodybuilding between 1970 and 1975 led to his securing of 6 Mr. Olympia victories. After his 6th win, Arnold retired and shifted his focus to the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, creating an opportunity for emerging figures like Franco Columbu and Frank Zane to step into the spotlight. Columbu claimed victory in 1976, followed by Zane's triumphant streak of 3 consecutive wins. The 1980 competition marked Zane's resurgence from injury and provided a platform for rising stars Mike Mentzer and Boyer Coe to contend for the crown. On the eve of the Mr. Olympia competition, Arnold's unexpected announcement of his comeback from retirement sent shockwaves through the community. In California, Schwarzenegger maintained an intense training regimen, working out twice daily while alternating between training partners and friends. Just a day prior to the competition, he dropped the bombshell that he would be returning to the event. This sudden turn of events elicited a range of reactions, with critics arguing that Arnold should have adhered to the standard registration procedure at least a month in advance. While some competitors were furious, others expressed sympathy, anticipating Arnold Schwarzenegger's potential defeat. Mike Mentzer's anger was so intense that he even made an attempt to confront Arnold during a conference. A meeting was convened involving all contestants, eventually resulting in Schwarzenegger being granted permission to participate. Frank Zane, the reigning 3-time Mr. Olympia champion, entered the contest after recovering from a serious injury that had endangered his life. Despite Zane's complete recovery and retention of his muscle definition, a significant portion of his muscular size from the previous year was absent. Other favorites in the competition, including Mike Mentzer, Chris Dickerson, and Boyer Coe, showcased the excellent conditions, contributing to the intense competition of the 1980 Mr. Olympia event.
Mike Mentzer has inherited some pretty good genetics. His father is German and his mother is Italian. His brother Ray is also an outstanding bodybuilder.
Following the conclusive judging, Arnold was declared the victor. However, this decision encountered criticism from fellow competitors and attendees due to Arnold's perceived deficiency in size and muscle definition. The announcement of results was met with a chorus of boos from many in the audience. Chris Dickerson, the second-place finisher, left the stage in disbelief. Despite Coe and Mensah tying for fourth place in scoring, Mensah received the fifth-place award. Mensah was vocal in his belief that politics and conspiracy played a role in his placement. Zane reportedly expressed his frustration by hurling his trophy against a backstage wall. During his acceptance speech, Arnold acknowledged the narrowness of the decision, stating that it was the most challenging competition he had faced in his life. In the aftermath of the competition, several competitors, including Frank Zane, Coe, Mensah, and Walker, vowed to boycott the 1981 contest. Although CBS television recorded the 1980 contest, they ultimately chose not to broadcast it on television as initially planned. This marked the final instance of the Mr. Olympia contest being captured by an American broadcast television network. Mike Mensah, who had previously achieved a perfect score of 300 and secured the Mr. Universe title, was favored to triumph in the 1980 Mr. Olympia competition. An altercation between Mensah and Arnold unfolded during the argument, but it resulted in no further action. Eventually, Arnold diffused the situation and agreed to proceed as planned, advised by Joe Weider. Tensions escalated on the following day when news spread to the wider public that Arnold would be competing. The audience erupted with excitement, as witnessing Arnold Schwarzenegger's comeback became a pivotal moment for bodybuilding enthusiasts, intensifying emotions and challenging the impartiality of the judges. The situation was exacerbated when Arnold ignored calls from the judges to switch poses, further stoking the controversy. As the athletes engaged in side-by-side comparisons, it became evident that Arnold's physique was lacking. Notably, Boyer Coe, Chris Dickerson, and Mike Mensah displayed impressive physiques. Although Frank Zane showcased a tanned and lean body, he had notably lost size compared to the previous year. Both Bill Pearl and Samir Banout indicated that they would have placed Arnold Schwarzenegger at best in fifth place. Banout says the Austrian Oak had some helpful allies at 1980 Olympia. Arnold had some allies. The thing is, I knew about Arnold competing. I was on the same airplane when we went to Sydney, Australia, Samir said. The bottom line, I knew Arnold was competing 1 month before. I saw him. He looked really good. Arnold looked really good. 2 weeks before the show, I'm looking at Arnold and I'm like, wow. I was really impressed. I was. According to Samir Banout, the cortisone injections in Arnold's shoulders led to an increased water retention, which, in Banout's view, cast doubt on Schwarzenegger's deservingness of winning the 1980 Mr. Olympia title. He said, "On that day, I believe now according to Arnold, which people don't know about this issue. So Arnold wasn't really Arnold. He didn't peak properly. Part of that is the cortisone shots he ended up taking in his shoulders. It affected his chemistry somewhat. It made him retain water more than usual. I don't know exactly what went on, if Arnold used a diuretic or not, that I do not know. All I know, Arnold was flat at that show 1980 Olympia. He did not bounce like the real Arnold," Banout shared. "Personally, I felt Arnold really didn't deserve to win." It especially affected Mike Mensah, who felt cheated and retired from bodybuilding after the 1980 Mr. Olympia contest. The event is the most exciting and controversial bodybuilding competition in the history of the sport, and it's still debated on globally.